There are a ton of upcoming games that I'm really excited about, but one genre in particular has a lot of titles that just look amazing. We've got puzzle platformers, cinematic platformers, action platformers, 2D and 3D, from sunny beaches to abandoned megastructures. Here are 10 upcoming platformers that I can't wait to play. First up is a very special game called The Big Catch, which is a 3D platformer featuring tight, expressive movement and lots of fishing. Now, before I even say anything else, there is a prologue demo up on Steam, and it is massive. Go play it, and you will not want to wait until 2025, which is when the full game is coming out. The story is you're a fisherman who works at a struggling restaurant. Your job is to go out into the desert to catch a variety of elusive fish species that, yes, live in the desert, and take them back to help bring in more customers. You can use your fishing pole to swing around, interact with objects and puzzles, and go surfing out in the dunes. Quite simply, if you're a fan of movement-based games, which is, I'm assuming, the reason you clicked on this video, then you need to have this one on your radar. And if 2D Metroidvania-ish games are more your thing, then Earthblade is my big recommendation of the day for you. It's the next project from the creators of Celeste, and this one will feature a much bigger interconnected world. Earth has been corrupted by some magic force, and as a child of fate, it's our job to restore peace and solve some of the many mysteries of this place. Since it's coming to us from XOK Games, I already know that the movement is going to feel great. Throw in combat, magic abilities, and what's looking to be an interesting story, how could you go wrong? I'm really hoping to hear more about Earthblade soon. By the way, none of these games have a release date set in stone yet, but you shouldn't let that stop you from adding all of them to your wishlist. And here's one for you puzzle fans. Pinky's Paradigm, a game where you can grab, drop, and throw nearly everything you see. I'm getting big Mosalina vibes here, but this game isn't randomly generated, and it looks like the puzzles and mechanics will go a bit deeper. It's kind of hard to describe what the game's all about since I haven't played it, but I think you get the idea based on this trailer. Lots of experimenting and exploding, and I'm sure a good handful of hidden secrets and surprises. Another game I have tried out, though, is the demo for Rollin Rascal, a high-speed 3D platformer about going as fast as possible through lots of colorful and imaginative levels. It was fully funded on Kickstarter in just 12 hours earlier in the year, and I can totally see why. It's what Sonic Frontiers could have been in an alternate dimension. Just like The Big Catch, this is one of those easy to pick up and play games that takes a lot of work to truly master. As easily as you can get up to some pretty high speeds, it can all be lost from one bad jump or too sharp a turn. This is a level-based game, and each level is pretty open-ended with different paths to explore and shortcuts to find. Plus, the full game will have online multiplayer so you can race people around the world. Now, how about we slow things down here for a moment and take a look at Neva? Experience the tale of a young woman and her bond with a magnificent wolf as they embark on an adventure through a rapidly dying world. As the two of you journey onwards, your wolf companion will grow up from a small cub into a ferocious creature. This is such a cool idea that I think will really help make it feel like the two characters actually have a bond, and make any potentially emotional moments that much more meaningful. I'm definitely going to be playing this game on the biggest screen possible so I can take in all the colors and details of this beautiful broken world, which shouldn't be too far away. According to Steam, Neva is still set to release sometime in 2024. And next year, we'll be able to join Marbles the duck and Checkers the turtle in a pixelated adventure called Windswept. The pair was swept away by a storm and are now looking for their way back home. The game is of course inspired by Donkey Kong Country, you and your little buddy traveling through different biomes, from underwater shipwrecks to forests to mountaintops, collecting coins, meeting new friends, and using their special animal power-ups to reach the next stage. There's a demo on Steam that really gives you a good feel for the whole buddy system and the platforming in general, and it all feels great. Another super solid looking game, all of these are, and that's why they're on this list. Next up is a parkour platformer called MOTORSLICE, and it has quite the interesting premise. You're what's known as a slicer, or a person whose job it is to destroy every machine they see. Why? I have no idea, but it probably has something to do with the fact that all this construction equipment seems pretty hostile. Inspired by Mirror's Edge and Prince of Persia, work your way through this giant megastructure, running on walls, escaping deadly traps, and using your chainsaw not only as a weapon, but also to solve puzzles and get around more quickly. MOTORSLICE doesn't have a demo yet, but it will one day soon, and I'm definitely going to cover it here on the channel. The Eternal Life of Goldman was just announced a week or two ago at this point, and it's got quite the animation style. You play as an older man who uses a magic cane to fight and explore a mysterious archipelago in search of a fabled deity that must be stopped. There are upgrades, abilities, and secrets to find, but this isn't a Metroidvania. The devs have said themselves, the game won't have you backtracking in confusion after you gain each new ability or artifact, and it's a challenging platformer that demands precision, but it never devolves into a grueling exercise where you have to memorize and methodically execute an exact sequence of actions. Overall, I'm super intrigued by not only the art style and the world, but also to see if the gameplay and story ends up being as tight and well balanced as they're claiming it'll be. And another looker, this is Possessors, an upcoming action platformer from Heart Machine. Escape a sprawling flooded city overrun with surreal interdimensional horror in a story told through dangerous characters set in a deep interconnected world. I always like a post-apocalyptic setting, and one as pretty as this is just begging to be traversed and all its secrets uncovered. And it seems like Possessors will also be a pretty emotional journey about beauty, decay, and navigating relationships. Dark, moody, brutal, and full of demons from another world, I want to know what caused the Earth to be destroyed and how I can find a place for myself in it. And last is a game we know almost nothing about. Project Tides, a deeply expressive 3D platformer set in an open world by the minds behind Demon Turf and Slime San. The footage playing here really is just a teaser, there's no actual gameplay, and Project Tides isn't even the game's title, just a codename placeholder. But we can expect a 3D platformer with a moveset deeper, more versatile, and more customizable than ever before. All set in a large, non-linear open-world ocean filled with secrets and rewards to uncover. Which all sounds wonderful, but we'll just have to wait and see for the full reveal. Again, this is one I'll probably be covering as we learn more, so be sure to subscribe for all the platforming goodness that's to come. And I hope you all enjoyed this little peek at 10 games I'm looking forward to playing.